This is probably the most popular question asked on my Telegram group with over 7,000 members at Honey Money SG. What is the best credit card to use for this specific merchant or transaction? Now, usually when people ask such a question, it's probably for some large transaction spend, because if the transaction amount is small, it doesn't really matter, right? A few miles or a few percent cashback loss is not a big deal. But if you're spending like upwards of $100, then maybe that is a very important question to you. Which credit card or prepaid card to use for any kind of merchant? I think it largely depends on these few factors. Firstly, what is the transaction amount? Secondly, what is the intended date that you're going to spend on? Because some promotions have a limited time period. And thirdly, whether the transaction amount can be splitted to pay. And also the currency as well, because whether it is in SGD, local spend, or foreign currency spend, there will be quite a different card strategy. But the most important thing is called the Merchant Category Code, which is also known as the MCC. To put it simply, the MCC or Merchant Category Code is a type of classification to group certain merchants of the same type of transactions in the same category. For example, fast food restaurants, you'll think of merchants like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, all these kind of restaurants selling fast food. They will have the same merchant category code. Now, these are very specific, very clear, and very transparent examples, but you must realize that there are some gray areas in this world of credit card and merchant categories. For example, Pizza Hut. Do you group it as a fast food or do you group it as a restaurant? Because you have to know that fast food MCC is very different from restaurant MCC. Fast food MCC is 5814, whereas restaurant dining MCC is 5812. And certain credit cards award cashback or rewards for one of them, but not the other. So Pizza Hut, you see this classic example. It has a dine-in restaurant, but it also offers takeaway and delivery services like other fast food restaurants. So what is it? And I will use my very personal experience because I thought Pizza Hut was fast food when I was ordering delivery. Turns out to be it's a dining restaurant MCC at 5812. So I didn't get the cashback or rewards for that specific credit card. And what are some other examples of gray areas MCC? I'll give it to those restaurants located in hotels, especially 4 or 5-star hotels. For example, this Chinese restaurant, Tien within Pan Pacific Hotel in Singapore. I specifically asked the store manager what is the MCC. Turns out to be it's under the hotels, and the MCC will be classified as 7011, which is under hotels and lodging, definitely not under restaurants and dining. But then I went to another restaurant to use my Chris Plus gastronomy offer where you could get up to 12 miles per dollar, and that is Wooloomooloo Steakhouse. Now, Wooloomooloo Steakhouse is located within Swissotel at the Stamford, and it's even within the hotel floors itself at level 3. So I would have thought it's under the hotel's thing, right? Turns out to be it's a restaurant and dining MCC at 5812. So you see, even restaurants within the hotel, sometimes they may be dining MCC or hotels MCC. This kind of thing you won't even know one. Therefore, in this video, I will share with you how to really search for the MCC of this particular merchant so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. And I'll go through these two methods after a word from the sponsor. How many of you still do not have a Wooloomooloo SG account yet? Now, I will teach you how to optimize the sign up and get the best class reward. Step 1, click on my referral link and follow the steps to sign up for your Wooloomooloo SG account. Step 2, deposit $100 in cash and hold it for 10 days and you'll get $2 cashback daily, which means a total of $20 after 10 days. Step 3, subscribe to Wooloomooloo Cash Plus with at least 100 Singapore dollars and you'll get another $10 cashback. Well, these are the really basic requirements, but if you have more cash to spare, considering upgrading it to Tier 2, where if you deposit $2,000 and make 2 buy trades, you can get 1 Coca-Cola stock, which is worth around 80 Singapore dollars. Now, since you're on Tier 2, you could also receive a $30 fun cash coupon if you subscribe to a minimum of 2,000 Singapore dollars into Wooloomooloo Cash Plus. And if you got even more money, you can move up to Tier 3, whereby you deposit 10,000 Singapore dollars and make 7 buy trades. You will get a guaranteed $108 cash coupon. And since you're on Tier 3 already, you may consider subscribing using $10,000 of funds to get $120 of cashback via the Fun Cash coupon. So all the rewards you get can sum up to a total of $368 depending on the stock value. But remember, you need to maintain the cash deposits and meet all the terms and conditions. So use my referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Wooloomooloo SG account today. The first method is using DBS Digibot, which is their chat assistant. Now, before you use the DBS Digibot, you will need to download the DBS mobile app, and under your DBS mobile app, you will need to click on More and scroll to Payment Controls, lock the card, and then once the card is locked, you can proceed to use this lock card to pay for your specific merchant. Now, your merchant could be either online merchant or it could be when you are at a physical restaurant or retail store. But you see, it's much more difficult to execute at a physical place because you're going to hold up the queue unless you can come back and pay later. Since your card is already blocked on the DBS mobile app, your transaction will not pass through and the payment will be failed and declined. Now that you have a failed and declined transaction, you may proceed to use the DBS Digibot. Go to the DBS Digibot website and click on Check My Recent Transactions. Then scroll over to Credit Cards, select the credit card you use, then View Transaction History, and followed by declined transactions. And over here, you will see the declined transaction with the classification of the merchant category code. And you see, it's not in numbers form, it's in a word form. Some of you are familiar with the 4 digits MCC, some of you are more familiar with the description MCC. But fret not, with the description MCC, you can go to Google and search for Citi MCC PDF. Now, copy the description of the MCC and then search within the Citi MCC file so that you can find the exact 4-digit merchant category code, then see whether it matches to your qualified credit card rewards or cashback. So simple. So that's how you could use the DBS Digibot to find the merchant category code. Shout out to Mal Lion, I read it from his blog. But some of you may find this process too tedious, too tiring. What if you want a shortcut, one-way method? Then I can show you the next method, which is through Heymax.ai. Heymax.ai is fundamentally a search tool whereby if you key in this particular or specific merchant, it will show you the results of what is the MCC. So how to use Heymax.ai? You have to register for an account first, either through an email or your Google account. Then you just have to key in your specific merchant, for example, Pizza Hut, and make sure you toggle the Visa API, because if you didn't toggle Visa API, you see Pizza Hut will give you a fast food restaurant. But if you toggle that Visa API, it will give you the specific data feed from Visa itself, which is the accurate 5812 dining and restaurant MCC. But I will want to caution you that just use the MCC as a guide and not the absolute answer. Because let me give you another example, Fave. You know, when you buy all these e-coupons via Fave, there is actually multiple MCCs. Therefore, if you put in Fave within Heymax, it will give you multiple answers. And that may not be very helpful to your credit card strategy, because what are you going to do with all this information? Now, Heymax has also recently opened their waitlist for the new Max card. And Max card is a multi-linkage card whereby you don't have to worry which credit card to use, because they are trying to solve the problem where most people do not know what cards to use, and it may be too tedious for them to follow all the terms and conditions. So what Max card is supposed to do is that it will select the best possible credit card in terms of the credit card rewards, terms and conditions, merchants, and then it will just select what is within your card arsenal to give you the best cashback or rewards. But the product is still in the beta stage, so what we could do is just join the waitlist. And in fact, if you join the waitlist as an early adopter, you can stand to earn some miles, which I have already joined. So if you want to join, you can use my referral link. And let me be clear that this segment is not sponsored by Heymax. In fact, this video is sponsored by Wooloomooloo, where it's one of the lowest cost brokers to trade your Singapore and US stocks. Therefore, I will keep my comments and reviews about the Max card until the product is officially launched and I could test it. And some of you who are using the Heymax search tool would definitely discover some bugs and errors. Definitely go and report it to the support team. I think they are rewarding you something as well, because like I said, the more user provided data, the more they can improve, the more the AI can learn, and then the better it could give on accurate results, which is what we want to see in the long term, right? We want to solve all these MCC issues and what credit card to use issues. But if you really want to know what am I using for my personal credit card strategy, as well as where am I putting my cash for the best interest, then refer to my previous video right here.